راسم أمل بسام وللرسيم حضارة ومدن وبرك حمام وأمان.
Welcome to your weekly program, Belahdan, the show that brings the other side of Arab American to your living room. With all the noise that's happening in the Arab world about the game that separate Egypt from the Arab League, the game where Egypt lost to Algeria and Algeria made it to World Cup. People, millions of people on the streets fighting in Algeria, fighting in Paris, and fighting in Sudan where the final game was taking place. Now we have people that are not worried about going to the World Cup, but are worried about what's going on in Gaza. We have here two guests that are going on a freedom march to Gaza in December. We have, as was me here, Sylvia Schwarz. She is here a native St. Paul, and she is really devoting her time and effort on finding out what's going on in Gaza and Israel's work and atrocity in occupied land. Next to her we have here Wahib Shalabi. He also taken part of that Gaza Freedom March, and he's a native of Tunis and graduate of University of France, and now he's retired and devoting most of his time to the Israelis-Palestinian conflict. Welcome both for Belahdan. Welcome, Sylvia. And I know you guys came from two different experiences, two different parts of the world, and I'm assuming two different motivations. And so tell me, how do you both met, and what brought you together to be in the same march and the same things? It was totally different background. Start with you, Sylvia.
Well, I'm an American Jew, and I've been interested in the Israeli-Palestinian situation for a long time. In 2005, the Palestinian Civil Society came out with a boycott, divestment, and sanctions request, which was similar to the boycott, divestment, sanctions request that the ANC, the African National Congress, brought to the worldwide community against the apartheid regime in South Africa. So, so this was my first. It was the first thing that a common, ordinary person could do to change the regime in Israel. Just recently, the Operation Code Pink, which is a women's group against wars, organized. They're busy organizing this Gaza Freedom March, and I signed up to go. This is another action that common, ordinary people can do to affect change, affect political change. I signed up to go, and Wahib also signed up to go, and that's how we met.
What was motivating you to get involved in that march?
What is motivating me is that the failure of the governments around the world to do anything about the siege of Gaza. The siege has started in June 2007, and it's still ongoing right now. And there is only lip service being paid to changing that situation. And therefore, it's incumbent to ordinary people like us to take a stand and bring the attention of this crisis and this major humanitarian disaster before the world community. And so this is why I feel it's important for me to go to Gaza and also to stand in solidarity with the Palestinian people. It's very important to demonstrate solidarity with the Palestinian in a peaceful way.
So, Sylvia, you know, how do you see the conflict? We know how the Arabs see it. You know, it's unjust to their Arab brothers, Islamic sites and all that. So, you know, we've been hearing about that story from the sides for years. So how an American Jew and familiar with what happened to the Jew in in Europe with the Holocaust and probably have a very intimate or direct connection with that. How do you see it?
Well, yeah, I grew up in a Zionist household. I grew up as an American where the media and the entire American public accepts the one story of Israel as a refuge for Jews and the place where it was a nationalist, it was a just cause to create this Jewish state. I never questioned it until, actually it was until Israel invaded Lebanon, which seemed very unjust to me. And then I started reading and educating myself. So I obviously can't speak for all Jews. I can only speak for myself, and I know that the movement of anti-Zionist Jews is growing in the United States and around the world. So it's not just me, and it's not just.
Do you think that movement had a fair share of voicing their opinion? Because I very rarely, when I see some on CNN or
on mainstream media, you will not see anything about anti-Zionist Jews or anything that is not pro-Israel.
Why would that be? This is a free media. This is
it's free.
Presumably,
it's free to the. It's free. It's commercial, and when commercial when industry withdraws their support, that speaks to the editors of the news.
So the American people themselves not ready to hear the Palestinians' narrative.
Yes.
That's why the media is not bringing it up. I mean, it seems to me, if the people are fair and want to hear both sides' stories, the media should provide that. But the reason not to, it must be a reason.
Well, the pro-Israeli groups are very, very strong and very well connected and have a lot of money. And I'm not. And when I say pro-Israeli groups, I don't mean Jews.
The politics of it.
I mean the politics, but really there are many more Christian Zionists in the world than there are Jews. so
that's not good.
It all goes to you know.
Yeah, Wahib, why the story of the Palestine from the Arab perspective or the Palestinian perspective was not told here? It did not have a chance, either something wrong with the message, with the medium, or with the audience.
Well, I think the strength of the Israeli lobby of the United States, AIPAC, is a good reason for that, and one major reason. Just recently, I listened to former Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney talk about this very issue when she ran for Congresswoman in Illinois. And she said basically before the congressman is even elected, during the campaign and even during the primaries, they have AIPAC make these people basically swear allegiance to the state of Israel.
Before even they swear on a constitution.
This is before they are selected
elected
in the primary.
In the primary?
In the primary, even. And eventually, she lost her bid the second time or the third time, I can't remember, to be endorsed for Congress because of this very situation, because she refused to sign anything of the sort.
But you know, we put too much weight on AIPAC and the Israelis lobby. There is a Saudis lobby, there is the Egyptian lobby, there is a Pakistani lobby, there is an Iraqi lobby. You know, we give, people have money on oil and all that. But still, for the Israelis lobby to stay that long and that strong, there must be a structural value in the society at large that is ready to accept that.
Yeah.
So my point is,